Test, test, test. Guys, do me a favor as you guys come down into the building. I believe I'm live. As you guys come down into the building, do me a favor and leave a 1 down into the building so that I know that you guys can hear me effectively and abundantly, all right? It's been months since your boy has been live, but I figured why not? Let's just go live and talk to the people real quick. As you guys come in, filter into the chat. I'm gonna post on my IG right now, @TheRealMTR, to ensure that everybody knows that I'm live right now. I know it's been a long time, so the algorithm is probably not going to respond to me right now. It is what it is. There goes everybody down into the building. What's good, what's good, what's good, family? We back up in here. It's been a minute. Your boy been going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the lovers and support on the channel. I appreciate and love every single person that has sent their love over the past couple of days, over the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months. Yeah, it's been an interesting time for your boy, but eventually, inevitably, we got to get back to work. Hold on, let me go on my IG real quick and post some shit. We gonna get into this conversation today. You understand me? If there's nothing that can bring me back to the live streaming, it would be Brittany Renner having an absolute mental nutcase meltdown in front of millions. You understand what I'm saying? Well, let's make that millions in the buildings by going live. You understand me? Shout out to everybody that's coming through in the building. Shout out to the MT Army. Let's get it popping. Let's get active. Hold on, let me post this up on IG real quick. Hold on, soldier. Hold on. Yo, I'm going live right now on the YouTube channel. Come through right now. The Brittany Renner, whatever she just did, the craziness that she just did has to be discussed. Come through. Yo, I'm going live right now on the YouTube channel. Okay. Hold on, guys. Just give me. Oh, did that go away? Okay. No, it posted. Shout out to everybody that's coming down into the building. Listen, I see you guys. All right. Crazy woman that is Brittany Renner absolutely needs to get talked about. Absolutely needs to have a conversation behind it. Absolutely. The behavior, because let me tell you guys something. The video, I just literally posted the video. It's getting crazy views, tremendous views, right? But the amount of people that I see down in the comment section saying some shit like, don't you understand what she's going through? As a mother, I went through postpartum depression, and because I felt this way, she must be doing or going through the exact same thing. Enough. Enough of the bullshit. Enough of the tomfoolery. Enough of the malarkey. We gotta get in there, and we must get active in order to set the record straight. Do you guys understand? If you guys haven't noticed, over the past month, I've been taking like sort of a break. Truth be told, my father recently passing has impacted me. Let me put it to you guys like this. When I had cancer back in 2021, I took 30 days off from the channel. My father passing away, I took a couple of days off of the channel, but my father passing away was way more of like an emotional, mental stressor in my life, to say the least, than the cancer. So I've been taking extra time out of my the content creation journey in order to just give myself reprieve. You understand what I'm saying? But within all of that being said, nothing will bring me back to the channel like news like this. All right, guys, so what I wanted to do to you today is to go over some of the extra content that I actually didn't include in the video that I recently dropped on the channel. I wanted to include and go over some of these things right here and just get active, because we have to dispel this idea that women can just run around unabashedly treating men however the goddamn that they want with their love and hip hop Atlanta type of behavior, kicking over shit on tables, throwing water at people, including literally the former heavyweight champion of the world. We have to be able to talk about this, because the opposite side about this, I'm gonna tell you, I've been doing this content shit for a while. The opposite side about this, they're gonna say, oh, she's struggling. Oh, give her some help. Well, she obviously needs some help. Oh, PJ this. Oh, he was probably the bad guy that. No, F that ish. We got to talk about it the best way that we know how. Shout out to Brittany coming down into the building. One more again, I wholeheartedly appreciate y'all. But this is what happens when you smack into the wall at 304 miles per hour. I appreciate all the condolences down into the chat as well, guys. All right. Also, this is my first time live streaming back in a minute. So just give me some time to get up to speed of everything that's going on. All right. Now, first and foremost, before I get into anything, I wanted to shout out the channel that this all happened on, okay? Shout out to the Danza Project, all right? Smaller YouTube channel at 25,000 views. They got a little under 400 videos. It says right here, the Danza Project is a live, raw, and uncut podcast delivering the best interviews. Listen, anytime I see these podcasts that pop up that take out the time to bring people onto their platform to have a conversations about them, it's really hard work, okay? So make sure that you guys go out and subscribe to their channel, show them love and support, all right? Because they can more than likely, with more support, bring more idiots onto their platform that I can talk shit about, all right? So shout out to the Danza Project, okay? The video that I went over in earlier today was this one right here, but I actually have additional footage that I wanted to be able to go over with you guys to show a little bit more of what actually happened while they were live streaming last night. So most of the people on YouTube right now are not talking about that Charleston White actually had previous comments regarding Brittany Renner. So first and foremost, let's get into a couple of those comments in order to set up what we're going to talk about here today. All right? Let's go.
Of course, she's a very attractive woman.
Hold on. Let me refresh.
Your favorite celebrity? That's not. Of course, she's a very attractive woman. But nigga, I don't pimp from my hips. No, nigga, no, you can't pimp from your hips, nigga. I'm a Mac, my nigga. I ain't into a woman's for a body. Nigga, I want a mind and a money. My grandmama told me a woman like you if she give you her money, not her body.
Now, he's talking about Brittany Renner, all right? Just listen up.
She'll get mad and give her body to a stranger for pleasure. So now, homie, when I sit down with Brittany, I see she got a great mind. Y'all can't get past her beauty. Nigga, I see how she play on NBA, nigga.
I don't know who he's talking about. Y'all can't get past her beauty. we got past her beauty at least a decade ago. All right, I've been talking about Brittany Renner and all of her bullshit for at least 2 years now. We've gotten way past that, and she crazy. See, the thing is with Brittany Renner, she's a perfect moniker of not letting beauty fool you. Okay, God, when He created all of this shit, He did some fugazi shit, and He made it so that even the most beautiful women do the ugliest things. But we know in looking at the content in this space that what? We don't look at their beauty, we look at their actions. Pay attention.
Nigga, women supposed to treat suckers like suckers. I admire her for treating a sucker like a sucker. Breaking, baby. So now, my nigga, I salute game when game needs to be saluted. And nigga, I salute her.
All right, so that's Charleston White's couple of quick comments, all right? He says he doesn't care about a woman that just gives up her insides because it don't mean nothing to her. What he cares about is money, and I think he says something else, which for me, I think about like certain pimp principles, okay? You understand what I'm saying? But irrespective of all of that, what do we hear from Charleston White? He seems to have a good perception of Brittany of Brittany Renner, excuse me. But that's because he hasn't met her yet, right? So what else did I put up right here? Another thing that I just pulled up. Okay, I figured there might be some people on the channel that may not know who exactly she is. So here we go.
So this is love.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna play about that. But she even does this post-child, posts her body in nude-colored clothing with the cakes exceptionally sticking and hanging out. Even though child has come from said bulbous snatch down here, she doesn't give a shit. What's so crazy is that 6 months ago, half of y'all suckers watched her with Andrew Tate and said, oh, she's healed now. I ain't gonna lie, I think that I actually made a video that said, like, I think that maybe she's learned her lesson as well. So maybe, maybe I'm one of those suckers as well. But it looks sincere as shit. But she's still posting cake shit like this as a mother. When will you let this shit go, Baba? When? When will you let this shit go? I thought that you learned your goddamn lesson. I thought that you're a mother by now. Are you posting this shit in order to try to get men to hop in your DMs? How could this shit ever work anymore? In your 20s, in your prime, before your the book that you released with all your bullshit, maybe this would have worked, mama. But this shit is absolute garbage and trash. Stop it. You have a son now. Can you imagine being a young boy and having to grow up and there's content on your mother doing shit like this? Like outside of what it is that we're about to re-go over and go into the extra content. But what do you do as a young boy? Right? You're living life on triple XL difficulty with all skulls turned on. You can't play the dozens ever. Like, there's no snaps that you can make. You understand me? All the guys get into a circle and start talking shit. You got to just walk the other way. Because at the end of the day, they got footage of your mama doing this shit.
So this is love.
No, it's not. It's not love at all. It's 304 behavior. All right? Now, here's what I also wanted to show as well. I found this on a YouTube short, which is... Hopefully this doesn't get me demonetized, but we're gonna play one of the. I'll just play it. Hold on. Here we go.
Lost her damn mind. Going crazy on the Charleston White interview. Check her out.
Of a persona, an online persona, a scapegoat. Whereas Miss Renner doesn't have the same luxury.
Now, mind you, Charleston White is a married man. She probably, more than likely, knows this. But does her single mother ass give a shit? Where's my red fucking flag? Hold on. Does her single mama ass give a shit? Huh?
She is who she is.
Whoa! Is that a little bit of... No, hold on. Let me not do that. YouTube don't like that.
And we're going to try to do this. We're going to try to...
YouTube, relax, by the way. That's... She has a bathing suit on, okay? I'm not going to play any more of this because I don't want to get popped off of YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? But I wanted to set up these couple of quick clips to let you understand Charleston White is not stupid. I've actually watched a lot more content regarding him, and I am now completely convinced that he's just an absolute internet troll who just does things just for clicks. But there's through his intelligence, there's some type of message behind that he's trying to push, right? I also wanted to show just a little bit regarding how she still posts shit as well as this shit as well. Like I said before, go subscribe to the Danza Project channel. So when they finally drop that section of it, you guys can see it live in 4K. All right. Now, here's what I wanted to bring up. It's a much longer section of the video that I was unable, or I didn't see this video was even available on YouTube. Hold on, give me a second. Where'd it go?
But I said it 100 fucking times.
Hold on.
Hey, hello.
Okay.
Hey, listen now, listen. Listen to what I'm fucking saying. Shut the fuck.
Hold on. Let's bring it back, and then let me fix the screen real quick. Guys, do me a favor. As you guys come down into the building, show me love, support, and respect. Hit on that like button. All right. In case you guys are unaware, you can find me at The Real MTR on Instagram. I might go live on Instagram regarding this as well. You can also find me at mtarmy.com. That's my own website. You can also find me at patreon.com/mtnr. Okay? Here's the question that if I ever had an opportunity to interview Brittany Renner, one of the first things that I would ask her is, how does your behavior get you the result that you want? Please answer this for me. How? How does twerking up on the internet, showing your cakes, showing the bulbous region of your pubic bone, twerking on other men, you see, all of that activity gets you labeled as a 304. All of that activity doesn't get you a ring. All of the shit that they promote from a city girls culture perspective, all of this Megan Thee Stallion shit, all of this Cardi B shit, it doesn't get you the end result. And instead, you buck up at men, you buck up at authority, and because you do, it's now left you a single mother. But right now, in 4K, we are able to watch the downfall of your actions and of your decisions. Let's watch a little bit more. Shout out to the first super chat of the day. Rico the One. MTR, appreciate you, sir. Been rocking with you for years. You gave me the belief to start my own channel last year. Shout out to Rico. Appreciate the love and support and respect, my G. It is an absolute honor. Let go.
But I said it 100 fucking times. Hello?
Hey, listen now, listen.
Listen to what I'm fucking saying. Shut the fuck up when a real bitch is talking.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Take the room.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, ma'am. Here we go.
Because I'm a real fucking bitch. You hear what I'm saying?
Talk.
And I care. And I'm a hopeful romantic.
Oh, God.
But I can't control. At the end of the day, I try to force something that wasn't mine. That wasn't my person.
It sounded like she said she tried to force him. Listen, imagine this is why I tell you guys, don't listen to the goddamn words, pay attention to the actions. Because the words say, I'm a hopeless romantic. I just love love. I just, everything in and around my life, I just do everything because I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm just looking for love. I'm looking for the right one. I'm of marriage material. All this bullshit, but look at her actions. Hopeless romantic? No, you are broken.
And that's okay. He's sitting over there motherfucking. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
That's peripheral.
Shut up.
That's peripheral.
Seriously, shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Because if you ever felt real love to where you have a motherfucking second-degree tear, hello?
Wait. He didn't mean it.
Hello?
He didn't mean it.
Shit. Hello?
She's
You
evil.
don't know what it's fucking like.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry. I meant to hit this nigga.
Wrong guy.
Let me tell you something.
Wrong guy,
Shut the fuck up. This right here is about to go. Let me tell you something.
We good.
Shut up when I'm fucking talking. Yo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. I meant to hit that nigga.
Just real quick. Look at Charleston. The only thing on Charleston's mind right now, content. Nigga, we about to go viral, and it's not even me saying no dumb shit. This is gonna increase the paper in my bank account without me saying no fuck shit. Understand me? Now, one of these gentlemen right here is the owner of that channel, okay? You could tell that they're new at this. You could tell that they're inexperienced. They're a little bit less knowing of what to do in this particular situation because the guests that they invited on, meanwhile, Charleston don't do shit for free. So they probably paid Charleston to come on. I have an inkling, I have a guess, that Brittany probably came on for free, which is so crazy because why are you continuing to make a fool out of yourself and at least not do it for any money. It's absolutely ridiculous to me. Shout out to Perp the Jerk. You can see the evilness in her face when she said STF you. Yeah, the only time that I see evilness like this is, you know, if you talk to women maybe about the right to choose. I sometimes see aggressiveness like this. If you bring up a conversation regarding Andrew Tate or Kevin Samuels, it can divulge into a conversation where it begin to get this like this. All my G's down into the building. When y'all go to discussion nights and game nights and shit like that amongst your woke ass friends, your woke ass homegirls, right? Like, and you want to engage in that conversation because you don't want to fuck anyone that's there. Y'all know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. You want to throw dynamite into a party, you bring up KS's name. Shout out to Aaron Laura with the 5 Canuck bucks for the 23.8 women that watch the channel. Shout out, mama. Yeah, we got women over here too. You know what I'm saying? They be listening, all 23 of them. Let go.
Because you sitting over here laughing.
Chill. Relax.
I ain't chilling.
Relax.
Because at the end of the day, it ain't your pussy. Hey, listen. I hear you.
Nah, that ain't cool, lady. For real. I'm not part of this.
Hey, listen, that's fine. But guess what? You protecting him is what it is. Is it not? Is it not? Is it not?
She hit the wrong nigga.
Hey, don't be sitting over there laughing.
I'm not here to
Let me tell you, I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to him right here. I ain't talking to Then bat me in my shit then.
Chap, she cool.
Bat me in my shit.
Apologies, Chap.
Bat me in my shit.
I don't hit women, yo.
All right, then
Shannon Briggs right here, tripping out. We're good.
All right. So in case you guys are unable to pick up kind of what's happening, she threw the bottle. I believe she threw 2 of the bottles. One of the bottles, and it was an open bottle, hit Shannon Briggs. Who is Shannon Briggs, you ask? Hold on, let me, because you guys got to get the proper breakdown. Who is Shannon Briggs? Shannon Briggs is former heavyweight champion of the world. I believe it was in the early 2000s. Shannon Briggs is an absolute beast of a guy. He's a look at this big bastard. That she threw a bottle with her dumb ass, and it hit the former heavyweight champion of the world. Okay, he's a little bit older. He's probably in his mid-50s by now, if I was to guess. Okay. 68 fights, 60 wins, 6 losses. How many knockouts? 53 knockouts. Like what I said in the earlier video is that he could go like this and she'd be dead immediately. All right. It might have been the late 90s where he was a champion, but I think he beat like Lennox Lewis. He beat someone big. Okay. So now he's in the back. He apparently knows Charleston White. He came to come hang out with Charleston White. And he got hit with the bottle. But he's not there for content, so he's just like, yo, calm down, relax. He's stepping up to the plate because he's not there for content.
Apologies, champ.
At the end of the day, all right, I don't give a fuck you talking about lady. I don't care. At the end of the day, nobody knows what I went through. Nobody knows what I'm going through. So nobody, you, him, whoever the fuck, you don't get to sit here and talk about shit. Ain't nobody drunk bitch talking about nothing. What's up?
She drunk.
What's up?
We family here.
What's up?
Champ. Nah,
I ain't talking about nothing.
We all right, champ.
We ain't talking about nothing.
We family.
This is Charleston's people, not mine.
She all right,
This
champ.
Charleston's
She all right,
people.
champ. No, we family.
He say you all right.
I ain't no fucking security, bitch.
I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Champ.
Back me in my shit then.
Yeah, she keeps on referring to him as some security, so it's obvious that she doesn't know that he's a professional boxer. Shout out to Brian Jackson with $10 super chat. If I'm not mistaken, the guy she's yelling at, is Shannon Briggs. Yes, you are not mistaken, my G. But also, I wanted to take a look at this because she keeps on talking about, you don't know about my pussy. Like, you don't know about my pussy. We don't know. Besides what you told us in the book, madame, we don't know much about it. Okay. 2nd degree vaginal tears. Okay. 2nd degree vaginal tears involve skin and muscle in the area between the vaginal opening and the rectum. Okay. Now, I'll be frank and honest with you guys. I didn't know that this was a thing. I gagged a bit when I thought of something being ripped and scratched. Okay, scratched. Shout out to Sukiyana's dumbass. She want a pussy scratched. 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 I didn't know that it could get scratched to the point of it goddamn tearing. I had absolutely no idea, okay? Shout out to Yo from Florida. Just wanted to show you some love, many blessings to you and your family. Keep grinding, homie. I appreciate that, my G, all right? She want that pussy scratched, but apparently it can get scratched to the extent of needing stitches, okay? And the tears may go deeper into the vagina, the viscous innard. Second degree tears typically require stitches. That can be often done in the delivery room. Now, what I'm not gonna do is click on this images right here. Hold on, let me click on this off screen. Yeah, just real quick. Whoa! Yeah, I can't, god damn, I can't show this on, God. Oh, God. Oh, shit. I can't, oh, shit. Okay, yeah, this is not a good thing to look at. This is making my stomach turn a little bit. I'm trying to see if there's a, oh, shit. I can't show the real life photos, but I'm trying to see if there's a artistic rendering. Ah, fuck it. I ain't gonna show it on screen. But let's keep going.
Back me in my shit then.
Come on.
Then shut the fuck up.
Chill. Let's relax. All right, let's reset the room. Let's reset the room.
It is what it
guys.
is.
Let's reset the room. Guys.
It is what it is.
Everybody cool, guys. Everybody cool.
It is what it is.
All right. That's the Nicki Minaj. We family here, guys.
Shut up! Shut up! Brittany Renner, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! Shut up! What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't understand. Every goddamn man, known to mankind, heard her do that shit. Heard her do that crazy ass shit. Are you serious? What are you for? Are you exchanging positions with the child that you made? Is that what the fuck you doing? What was that? What was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Is this an example of how women mature faster than men? Please, I'll wait. You tell me. Is this an example of it happening?
Nicki Minaj. We family here, guys.
Shut the fuck up.
We family here, guys.
You don't like Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner, we fuck with her.
Who's got music playing?
What's so crazy to me is how she was completely goddamn different with Andrew Tate. Think about the interview. She sat there peacefully in London town as Andrew Tate talked his shit, as what he normally does. But see, gentlemen, this is exactly why we try so hard on this side of the internet to continue to push this idea of earning respect, of being stoic, of being confident, of being sure-footed, because women like Brittany Renner can sense weakness like a shark smells blood in the damn ocean. And when she senses it, she's gonna go the fuck off. No wonder PJ Washington said, fuck this shit. He was a young man who got hypnotized by above average curvature, just keeping a buck, squirted deep inside, got a baby out of it, and then he moved on to bigger and better things because as he got older, he began to understand that it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Shout out to Brian Jackson, $10 super chat. Can't lie, dog. She might be on that A1 cocaina. She's crazy as hell. Dudes all across the world turned and took a look at that shit and turned off. I bet you I could go to the video that I uploaded earlier, and when she started to do that noise, the retention's gonna drop right off. Cause motherfuckers just hit the X button. Oh no, get me the fuck out of here. Like, MTR, I'm a part of the MT Army. I was down with you, my G, but I can't sit here and watch this shit. This shit is gonna disturb my peace. It's gonna disturb my peace. And I absolutely understand at the end of the day, okay? Mind you, it is so crazy to me that she's essentially complaining about a biological process that every woman goes through. Literally. How is she the victim now? How? Oh, okay, I understand. So you gain value from being a woman, being able to not work as hard as what men have to work, posting your hindquarters up on the internet. You love that part of being a woman. But you know what that also comes with? Giving birth. So your biological imperative, if you want to create life, you're complaining about what millions of women go through. Shut up. Shut up. It's absolutely ridiculous to me. It's so ridiculous. Shout out to Sierra Turner, $10 super chat. What up, mama? We got some ladies that's down into the building that support the work. I'm just happy to say, I'm happy to see you back on live. I appreciate that, mama. Your boy's been taking a break. Your boy's been beyond stressed. but I appreciate the love, the support, as well as the respect. It's a lot going through a mourning or grieving process. Maybe I'll do a video about it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not actively managing this situation probably the best that I can. I've made a lot of harsher, rash decisions over the past 2 months, to say the least. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll come back and start doing lives more often. Okay, shout out to Wits End with a $20 super chat. What up, family? What I missed? Wits End, what's good? Come back in here. You missed a lot, my G. We got to assemble the MT Army again, all right? It's been a while since I've been up here, but we got to assemble and go forth and create the content. Lego.
All right, let's relax. Let's reset the room for a second.
Nah, don't reset shit.
She said, nah, homie.
The fuck we on?
We on the motherfucking
Charleston,
Dancer Project, baby.
motherfucking Capricorn in the motherfucking building.
In the builds.
Hey, let me tell you something.
This crazy, insecure, psychopath, demonic witch woman brings her makeup brush with her. Like, what degree of insecurity must be within your life to bring the makeup brush with you? Baby girl, are you even looking at a mirror to see if you even need some? What grade A of drugs are you on? What type? Huh? Oh, is this just you? If PJ Washington ever wanted to get custody, just go show this video to the courts. Go ahead. It's right here. It's documented for you. Because one must question how she's raising that young boy when she acts like this. Here comes the other side of the internet. Oh, how dare you judge her as a mother? I haven't seen her interact with a young boy, but I can watch this. You lack of accountability seeking serpents. You'll do anything to uphold the sister code, and it's honestly deplorable. You cannot take a look at the bad actions of someone that has the same gender of you and hold them accountable. It's literally impossible for you. Shout out to Blue Baggins. It's scientifically known fact that the crazier that they are, the better the cat. This is true. This is true. It's one of God's little tricks as well. It seems as though the more juicy the motion, the moisture, the inert, the wall, the guts, the more crazy that you are. Now, I have experienced women that are like top 3 dead or alive, inside viscous innards, the capillary muscles all up in that shit. It's fantastic, and they weren't like crazy like her. Okay, so there's like a range of crazy. We all know that all women are gonna be at least a 4 crazy on the crazy meter and index, right? But you can get some nice innards and be like a 7 crazy. You understand what I'm saying? She's 10. Without a doubt, she's 10 plus. Shout out, man, the women are coming out here today. Shout out to Tyra Israel with the $10 super chat. What up, mama?
I don't care what you talking about, because I really bad nigga in here shit. No, this is my touch-up brush.
You good.
Listen, let me tell you something. Don't nobody get tell me shit about shit. At the end of the
Jill,
day,
close that.
Charleston,
Yes, ma'am.
this
Yes, ma'am.
the motherfucking real nigga right
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
Oh,
And
with
if
the
I
ER.
didn't understand him,
Yes,
he
ma'am.
understand me, we wouldn't understand each other.
Damn that hand.
So what's up?
I'm just happy.
Yeah, I got a good grip.
Yeah, I see. Shit, you strong. Yeah, shit.
Pay attention. Now she say, you know I got that good grip. Pay attention to this nasty young woman. Hold on. This is a mother, by the way.
And me, we wouldn't understand each other.
Damn that hand.
So
strong.
what's up?
I'm just happy.
Yeah, I got a good grip.
Yeah.
I got grrr. That's the Cardi B shit, right? If I'm not mistaken, she does that shit all the time.
I see. Shit, you strong.
Yo, you know what's so crazy about this as well?
If I didn't understand
Hold on,
him,
one more time.
he understand me, we wouldn't understand each other.
Damn that hand.
So
strong.
what's up?
I'm just happy.
Yeah, I got a good grip.
Yeah, I see.
Dog. Y'all see this tattoo right here? She got a demon on her arm. She got a demon on her arm. She's telling you right here who she is. She telling you right here. The demon is right here. Who is that? Who is that hoe? She got Lilith on her goddamn arm. Who is it? Maleficent? Oh my God. Hold on. I haven't seen this movie. I was a grown-ass man by the time this shit came out. She got literally the cover art for Maleficent on her goddamn arm. Come on now. Come on now. Hold on. What was the character in Maleficent? A protector and the most powerful fairy of the Moors, who in revenge for the betrayal of her ex-lover Stefan puts a curse on his daughter. Oh my God, Aurora. Okay, unlike her animated counterpart, the version of this character is portrayed far more sympathetically. Okay. You know, I haven't seen this damn movie, but essentially she has a demon witch on her arm, which apparently is to represent herself appropriately. Here's the thing, guys. I know there's a lot of content on the internet about casting down on women with tattoos. I'm like, if you're gonna have tattoos as a lady, I would prefer the smooth skin. I ain't gonna hold you. But like the little cute ones, okay, whatever. Leave the warrior ink to the guys, all right? Let me cover my shit up. You understand what I'm saying? All right. But you guys, if you need one, do like the little cutesy. But if you put a goddamn devil, a Maleficent on your goddamn arm, nigga, red flag. Red flag. It's right there. PJ, you didn't see it? Did she get it after your relationship? She's telling you right there. Shout out to Dre Day with a $10 super chat. Viscous image is hilarious. First time Dre Day is donating to the platform. I wholeheartedly appreciate you, Dre Day. All right, guys. Let's keep going.
Shit, you strong. Yeah, shit. I can tell you play sports.
Ma'am.
I can tell you play sports.
Ma'am.
Yeah, I did.
I can tell.
Yeah, I did.
Shit.
Ma'am.
You gotta. Hey, what's up? What we
Shout
doing,
out to everybody.
Charleston?
I'm reading
Shout out
all that
everybody
shit on
in the
there.
group.
Shit.
It's so crazy to me that, you know, she took You Got Good Grip and then made that and made that goddamn sexual. You understand what I'm saying? Like, baby girl, you just already told us that your shit got slit the fuck and cut open by the baby's crown, by that basketball player's genetics that you slipped up out of inside of you. It's gonna be a big baby. All right. You do something like that, you have intercourse unprotected with a basketball player, the baby's probably going to be big. You know, it's probably going to be a large baby. Okay. It was a large baby. It eviscerated the insides. And now it's not of the young, proportional, ready to be consumed version of your 25-year-old counterparts, okay? That's the wall. That's who you're doing battle with right now. I know you're not mad at anyone on this podcast, not Charleston White, not the podcast host, not even Shannon Briggs. You're mad at the wall and the things that you now have to deal with because you made an ill-advised decision in conducting yourself this way in front of a basketball player. Shout out to Rockstar with the $20 super chat. She's cursing babies with her behavior. Little girls will end up seeing this. What's so crazy is there's another section of the internet that won't give a shit and just be riding out for her and her behavior, which is so insane to me.
I done got into the
fuck.
comments. Just shit, I done got
These
into
Renaissance faction. Shut up, bitch. While real bitch is talking.
Oh,
All right,
God.
so let's reset. Get back to what we were
If
talking
this
about.
is real, I don't want
We're
it.
Peace, love, health, and wealth.
A grade 2 tear, Charleston, PJ, and everything that occurred, and that you do wish well for him of what everything that went
I
on.
always do, because you know what? I had a baby for him.
Oh, that was the point.
ripped open.
That was the
Second
point.
degree tear.
Second degree tear.
Have you ever been sewed up?
Never. Tore her
Shut the
motherfucking
fuck
ass
up.
up.
You talking about a real bitch.
Talking about a real bitch. Tore her motherfucking ass up.
Pussy.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
You can't relate.
No, ma'am, I'm sorry.
I know you can't.
No, but I think that's
But it's
important in
gotta
today's
respect
culture.
you.
Well, at least you had a natural birth. Thank God.
Women like this hate when men speak on anything woman related. He said something that wasn't it wasn't upsetting, and it wasn't disrespectful. But the way that she reacts off of him just saying something that was positive in nature, at least you had a natural birth. You did it like how they did in the old school days, much more traditionally in mindset. And then she screams like a banshee.
No, ma'am, I'm sorry.
I know you can't.
No, but I think that's
But it's
important in
gotta
today's
respect
culture.
you.
Well, at least you had a natural birth. Thank God.
I done told you not to scream anymore. I done told you stop fucking screaming. Enough of your bullshit. God damn it. Sorry, guys. I need some water. Make sure the label is not on the outside. They don't pay me anything. Okay? I rebuke you, demon. I rebuke you on this fine Tuesday afternoon. That is the scream of a she-demon. Battle axe. I want nothing to do with you. Shout out to Super Chats that came in. Angeli Reyes says, if she a real bee, I'm happy to be invisible and fake. Shout out, yo. Why the F did they invite her on in the first place? Well, here's the thing, my G. If you were to take a look at the YouTube channel, you would see that prior to her coming on, let me see, in the past 7 hours, they've gotten 26,000 views. But generally, the views on their channel are way lower. It's a newer channel, podcast format, right? They're experimenting with ideas, right? Like they're making investments into their channel by getting folks that charge in order to talk to them, like Charleston White up on there. So the thought is that why don't we get Brittany Renner up on there and, let's see what's going to happen. That's exactly why, right? They're a business. They're a podcast at the end of the day, which means that they are a business. Okay? Let's keep going.
There we go.
Oh, shit.
Well, thank God for
But I think
more.
that's
But it's
important in
gotta
today's
respect
culture.
you.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
baby.
I'm not going to play for you again.
that was the blessing.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Yeah, that was the
So,
blessing.
so
That's what it is. I had a real motherfucking birth.
Say, don't nobody laugh. in the
Second
comments.
degree tear.
Man.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
Sorry?
So, how long was the relationship truly between
About
you
2
and Jay?
years.
2 years.
What about it?
No, I'm just asking.
I know, I'm just telling.
Because if you look, again, if people just see a moment, all they're going to think is this is something that happened over a week or night.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But my baby and that relationship was 2 years. So what about it? That's what I'm trying to figure out, is that a lot of people have a lot of opinions.
And that's what I want to...
But let me finish,
I
though,
know
I
now.
didn't hit your buzzer, though.
But wait a second. I know now. I'm asking for those who don't know.
Yo, what?
Family.
What you saying?
We all family.
He ain't saying nothing to you. You stay right here, Brittany. You stay right here. Yeah, you stay right
I
here.
just filmed.
Don't you
for
leave?
Basketball Wives
Don't you leave
for
outside
motherfucking
the conversation.
14 fucking weeks.
No.
And let me tell you something.
Say, don't you talk.
Oh, I didn't realize that she filmed for Basketball Wives, but that's so crazy is that she's not a wife. So they have women up on there that are baby mamas on Basketball Wives. That's completely ridiculous. The other thing is that this can only exist in Western culture today. We legitimately have a woman who's tiny bucking up at the former heavyweight champion of the world, with her finger pointing aggressively, with her telling people to go F themselves. It is truly the most off-the-wall, indescribable shit that I've seen all month, without a doubt. But the fact of the matter is that this is a symbolism for what men have to deal with in society today. You guys tell me, how often have you been outside of a club and you've seen a woman with an attitude just like this, with a finger pointed in a grown-ass man's face as she's looking up at him like this? How many times? Imagine having to deal with this behind closed doors. See, so often in these DV situations, all we hear about is the man retaliating, but they don't get to see and watch this. That's why I tell you guys so often, keep cameras in y'all cribs. Make sure that the camera button on your cell phone is hotkeyed. On my phone, I hit the goddamn power button twice and the camera pops up early. You have to do these things in order to continue to protect yourself. You have to. Shout out to the super chats that came in. Pretty Lou. Thank you for the content. As a woman, I check hyenas like this all the time. I keep my foots on their necks. This is sad. Her father wasn't there. My condolences to you again. Keep doing your thing. Thank you so much, Pretty Lou. The women are coming through today. They low-key showing the guys up. What's up with that? Shout out to Pretty Lou. I appreciate that. The more women that we have, because no matter at the end of the day, I can say this shit from the mountaintops until the end of time. There'll be less women that'll listen to me as opposed to another woman saying it. So if you're holding them accountable, hey, that's the start of something great. All right? Shout out, my G. Or shout out, madam. Shout out to Gail. Moderator on the channel. She didn't feel ish. She had an epidural. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. 304s always want extra credit for doing what thousands of women do every day. That baby is hurt. Right. Exactly. Legitimately, this is a part of life. I mean, the entitlement. Ma'am, you're in a country and you have the money to afford this health care. The pure and utter entitlement. You don't understand how good that you have it. You don't get it. I've been to countries and I'm looking around and I'm just like, shit, this is how y'all live? They don't have access to epidurals. They don't. They don't have access to surgeries like that. But here you go, being a modern woman entitled. Shout out to Eric Jordan, $5 super chat. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you, my G. Let go.
Nobody outside. Stay right here.
Hold on.
Please.
Let me tell you something.
Don't jack him up.
This guy right here, I listen to him and I hear what he's saying.
Yes, ma'am.
And I get what you're saying. But at the end of the day, 14 fucking weeks.
The
with
man that
bitches.
said-
Let me finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Shh. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, ma'am.
When a bitch is
She's saying that to Charleston.
14 weeks.
Yeah.
I worked with bitches that I didn't really like. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Close
Okay.
proximity.
So, you, sir, over here, I don't mean no disrespect, okay? But you sitting over there talking about bitches, but I'm sitting here respecting you. What did I do to you? What did I do?
Shout out to the Danza Project. I see them down into the building. My G's, if y'all can hit me up on IG, would love to be able to chat with y'all behind scenes. Shout out to the Danza Project. Gail, keep on spamming the Danza Project. When it goes live, we all gonna be tuning in. Shout out to you guys. Keep on putting up the good work.
To you is the question.
Wait,
no. What did I do to you?
The
What did I do to you?
the water.
What
When you
did I
threw
do
the water,
to you?
it went all over him.
Yeah.
That's the chant. You know what I mean?
What did I do to you, though?
That's chanting.
If you could look at Charleston's like, stop even talking to her. See, the thing is that I understand Charleston, but see, this is what modern men today have to deal with. If you check them, you got to deal with their mouths. That's how we get happy wife, happy life. That's exactly how it is that we get it. Okay? Just be quiet. Tolerate they bullshit. And at the end of the day, she's happy, therefore your life is happy. Truly crazy shit. Shout out to Wrench Turner, $10 super chat, my G. A quick tennis ball for the homie. Support black male media. Shout out to Wrench Turner. My G, good to see you back here, man. Shout out to Selena Noel. With the 14 Canuck bucks. She honestly seems like a nightmare to deal with. Yikes. I don't know how some people find her attractive. Yeah, I don't know either, mama. She's such a chameleon trying to play both sides. 1 second she's a reformed hoe. Now this. Shout out to the insightful comments all the way from Canada. Shout out to Real Bravado Network with a $20 super chat. After all she been through, she ain't learned ish. This is cringe. Absolutely. Absolutely. Leg it back. You know what's crazy about this too? We just watched on the internet, or maybe you guys didn't, but I was looking at a little bit, Fuzi Tube going absolutely crazy all over the internet. And this is like the female Fuzi Tube. Deranged, simply. Losing her mind.
Charleston's in here flagging off. Hold on, stop. What did I do to you, though? What did I do to you?
You didn't do none of that.
Which is so crazy is that she literally threw something at him. They did nothing to her. That's literally what happened. But we have someone who can revise history on a dime. They did nothing to you, Brittany Renner. Sorry, my phone's ringing. They did nothing to you, Brittany Renner. You threw water bottles at them that were open. What is wrong with you? What is wrong?
What did I do to you?
What?
But you sitting over there talking about bitches, but I'm sitting here respecting you. What did I do to you?
Accountability is kryptonite for the modern woman today, and we're seeing it live and direct through Brittany Renner's own mouth, live in 4K. Shout out to Demetrius with the $10 super chat. First time super chat to the channel. MTR, appreciate your content. Keep doing your thing. Well, absolutely do, Demetrius. Wholeheartedly respect the donation. Shout out to Ed Ramsey with a $5 super chat. Why are these men so passive? Call the cops. They caught assault on camera. I would think that the reason that, see, Charleston is being passive because he knows that it's a content moment. These guys to me, it's just, maybe they are more passive dudes, but then at the same time, they're a little bit confused on what to do, right? So I think you can chalk a little bit of the behavior up to being beginners in the game. Just like I said before, we went over their channel. It's a relatively new channel, okay? At like 30,000 subscribers, okay? But, they'll learn. Shout out to JQ was here with the $10 super chat. I know y'all hate sign talk here, but it's not a coincidence that her and Krishan Rock have the same sign. Hey, JQ. No. 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 Okay. And similar behavior, especially when intoxicated, alcohol and emotion don't mix. Listen, if you are a man in the 21st, no disrespect for you, JQ. I appreciate the $10 super chat. If you are a grown-ass man in the 21st century and you are believing that when you slid out of a vagina in the celestial bodies in the sky, the Mother Earth Queen, ocean goddess is determining our personalities today, you're absolutely insane. You are absolutely insane. Please, please. We don't support the sign talk over here. It's weird. Okay? Are you into palm reading? Are you into the tarot cards? What else are you into? All right. Shout out JQ. I appreciate the $10 super chat. All right, but you get scolded a little bit. Uh-oh! Melody King down into the building. Melody, you want to come up and talk? You're more than welcome to call in. All right? Send me a text, Melanie. Send me a text. Oh, you did something. You did send me a text. Melanie, go get Discord. Go download Discord and send me your tag over here because I want to get you up on screen. I want your thoughts regarding this. Okay. Go get your wife, sir. Who are you talking to me? Melanie, you talking to me? Shout out to Melanie King for the support on the channel. Melanie, send me a text with your Discord ID. Shout out to Maya with the $10 super chat. Charleston is intelligent. He is intelligent. Who argues and tries to speak logically with someone who is clearly drunk? Let them talk. It's beyond you at this point. Yes, I agree with this, Maya. Shout out to the women that are coming through. There's a lot of women that are coming through to support. I completely agree with you. At this point, it's almost like for the content, you just feign the bullshit. You know, you understand that she's just going to go off. This is just part of her personality. Ain't no one is going to be able to stop her, right? And then what are you going to do? She's at the point where it's like, what are you going to, no talking to her is going to matter. The only thing that would matter would be physical restraint. And Charleston is smart. He's professional when he wants to be. but he knows that nothing he say is going to be able to change and fix the matter. So let go. Shout out to Gage Flame. First time super chat on the channel. All the stars and the planets made me act like this. Yeah, nah, please. Yeah, that goddamn astrological talk. Please, my G. Please put that shit down. And do not let the sisters or the aunties or the mother in your life lead you down a path of non-logic. Okay? Let's keep going.
What did I do? I didn't really like. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Close proximity.
So, you, sir, over here, I don't mean no disrespect, okay? But you sitting over there talking about bitches, but I'm sitting here respecting you. What did I do to you? What did I do to you is the question.
Wait,
no. What did I do to you?
The water, when you threw the water, it went all over him.
Yeah.
That's the chant, you know what I mean?
What did I do to you, though?
That's Shannon Briggs,
because
that's the
Charleston's in
chant.
here flagging off. Hold on, stop. What did I do to you, though? What did I do to you?
You didn't do nothing to that man. That man almost stands 7 feet tall. You didn't do nothing to
What
that
you
man.
gonna do to me? Back me
said
in my
7
shit
feet
and
tall.
knock me the fuck out?
No, ma'am.
What you want me to do?
We're not those kind of guys.
What you want me to do? Because I can't take you on.
relax,
So what you talking
relax.
about?
But you had
Oh.
So what you talking about? I could never take you on. So what are you talking about?
Guys, this is so important component of the conversation, okay? The first thing I wanted to comment on real quick is like, you know, they're in a beautiful podcast studio, right? What is it that I see here? I can't see, what is that, a Lumix? The nerve of them. How dare you use a Lumix? Sorry, that was my geek technology portion of me. But they got a camera right here for the shot on my brother right here. Seem like they have a camera that's actually looking at all, right? There's multiple cameras. They all have boom stands and mics, right? These microphones right here, I believe, are about $300-ish each, right? They got the table, they got the nice seats, they got the beautiful lighting, right? This is a studio that's probably at least $10,000. And she's over here. It is the Lumix GH5. Jesus! You need to become a Sony man, okay? Anyway. Right, it's a fantastic studio setup. And she's over here tossing around different microphones, okay? That's the first thing that I wanted to comment on. The next thing I wanted to comment on is that this is victimhood at its finest. Think about what she's saying right here. So she gets to act as aggressively as she wants. She gets to throw bottles at them. And at the point that the man says, calm down, what you gonna do? You just gonna hit me? Oh, that's how you handle situations like this, guys. I'm trying to tell you, she's the exact same type of personality that will lie on you for domestic violence. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to run from women like this, like the goddamn plague. Don't ever judge women by the way that they treat you when times are good. But when times are bad, when their backs get up against the wall or they face a bit of conflict, watch how they treat you. Listen to her words.
You didn't do none to that man.
What do to you is the question.
Wait,
no, what did I do to you?
The water, when you threw the water, it went all over him.
You threw the water, dummy.
You know what I mean?
What did I do to you, though?
That's Shannon Briggs.
Because
That's the
Charleston's in
champ.
here flagging off. Hold on, stop. What did I do to you, though? What did I do to you?
You didn't do none to that man. That man almost stands 7 feet tall. You didn't do nothing to that
What you
man.
gonna do to me? To me, bat me in my shit and knock me the fuck out?
No, ma'am.
What you want me to do?
We're not those kind of guys.
What you want me to do? Because I can't take you on.
relax,
So what you talking about?
But you had the wrong man.
So what you talking about? I could never take you on. So what are you talking about?
Check me out.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Check me out, Britt.
Listen.
Check me
She
out,
did.
This is so crazy. So she's introducing the idea that she can't take him on. So what it is that we're talking about? Like, the mind fuck is just so crazy here. It's just so crazy here. She'd be the exact same type to lie on some DV shit. I guarantee it. I guarantee when they talk like this, when they're overly aggressive, not even understanding or remember. How you have a conversation with someone that doesn't even remember that she just threw 2 water bottles at you? How?
Listen, I'm not acting crazy. At the end of the day, I'm sitting here.
You drunk as shit. Shout out to Swerve Beats TV. I've been consuming your content for free for the last $20 super chat for the last 2 years, sending you a little bit of the light bill. Thank you, my brother. Hey, chat. I'm driving, but listening. Y'all have an awesome day. This girl is bat dookie crazy. Not surprised. Shout out to Swerve Beats. I appreciate the donation. My G. Melanie, add me on Discord. I should have. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get this. Hold on. Add me on Discord. I don't want to say I just sent you a text of what my Discord thing is. Go to add friend and then add my name on Discord. All right, let's go.
Listen.
Put that back real quick so we don't
I'm
break
about to
the
put
cat.
shit back. At the
We
end
don't
of
want
the
to break
day,
the cat or the dog or whatever it is.
at the end of the day,
Hold on, let me get you right real quick.
yeah, everybody's sitting over here. Look at Charleston. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the principal office.
Later.
You are.
I know. I feel like I'm in the principal office. Like I got in trouble. Like I got in trouble.
Listen. I would never try to disrespect any of Charleston's people. Yes.
He's the heavyweight champion.
Listen, you bat in my shit. I'm not mad. He's serious.
He didn't come at.
Hold on, guys. Hold on for me 1 second. Hold on. I gotta do something real quick. Okay. All right. Let's go.
My nephew was laughing. You threw the bottle of water at him. The bottle of water was open. I'm going to answer, though.
Shut up.
You threw the bottle of water. The bottle of water was open. It did hit him. I understand why he's upset.
I'm
At
not
the end of
talking
the
to
day, I think it's all good. We're
I'm not
okay.
talking to you,
But we're
though.
okay. Let's move forward.
Be quiet for a
Let's
second.
move past that.
No, I'm not talking to you.
But I
I'm not
understand you're not talking to me, but let's
him.
move past that. It's irrelevant.
What's irrelevant?
This is irrelevant. It is.
He wasn't disrespecting.
y'all-
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But
Let me tell you something. This is Charleston's people.
I know that.
And at the end of
But
the
do
day,
you know who he is?
Listen,
It's the champ.
quiet. I'm not talking to you.
I want to let her finish.
Yo,
Say, man, y'all.
can I talk?
There is no disrespect.
Can I talk?
It's over. Let's.
Can I talk
Yeah,
over
let
you?
her talk.
hear you.
Y'all let
Because
her
I ain't
talk.
talking to you.
Yeah, let her talk.
But now
I'm
you
talking-
what are you disrespecting me for? I'm just trying to make peace in the room. That's all.
We don't need you to make peace. At the end of the day,
We do need me to make peace because I do want it to. I do want it to be a civil conversation, a good conversation.
listen, be quiet. Be quiet.
But you're telling me to be quiet like I'm some
quiet.
little boy.
At the end of the
You know
day,
what I'm saying? I'm not a little
talking to
boy.
him.
I understand that, but I'm trying to make sure that everything is good. This ain't
All
working.
is truly well.
It is.
All is truly well. So I'm good. But at the end of the day,
It's all good. You hit me with a bottle of water, right? I felt like that was crazy that you threw that at my boy. Obviously, it hit me, but it's all good. I'm chilling. We gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Shannon Briggs, by the way. I think that the way that Shannon has demonstrated himself as a man is highly respectable. I think it's highly respectable. See, he was able to check her without cussing her name. He said like little things like this bitch is crazy, but he's not calling her out her name to her face in a very kind of, disrespectful way. He's calling it like he sees it, and he's calling a spade a spade. And now her demeanor is a little bit more calmed down through the help of a Shannon Briggs. Shout out to that brother.
Appreciate you, champ.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, champ.
Good looking at.
Charleston is the one who's in charge.
I feel like I'm
it's
saying.
good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to you.
I understand that, but I'm saying it's all good.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
All is truly well.
Wait. That's it.
All is truly well. Use the bathroom.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Make love, peace, and war.
Yeah. Got
Love, peace, and war. Ladies and gentlemen, this is live, okay?
Yeah, this is
No
live.
pre-scripted shit. You
No, ain't nothing about this motherfucking scripted here shit. Goddamn.
Shout out to Shannon Kent, the motherfucking Cannon in the motherfucking building, world champ. Come on.
Yo, if you're watching right now, y'all see that Cash App at the top. Make sure you support the show. You know what we do over here at the Desert Project. Shout out to Brittany Renner.
God damn.
Shout out to my guy Charleston White in the building. We ain't never seen Charleston White in the capacity where he's trying to be the peacemaker.
No.
And shout out to the motherfucking
That's
champ,
true.
Shannon Briggs in the building. Come on, let's go, champ. Let's go.
Let's go, champ. You already know.
Let's go, champ.
Boy, you feel me? Let's go, champ.
Where you go?
Let's go, champ.
There you go.
Let's go,
Shannon the
champ.
Cannon.
Threw the bottle. She was out of pocket. She threw the bottle, but it's all good.
Yeah, we here now. Shout out to the champ in the building.
Shout out to Shannon. Oh, there we go. That's it. All right, guys. So listen, let me read the rest of the super chats, and I want to bring Melody King up here. I want to have a discussion with her about the things that just happened. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me restart this.
Apologies, champ.
Let me leave this here. Let me see any other super chats that's down into the building. Let me show my community, the MT Army, utmost respect. Shout out to Journey to an Unknown with a $5 super chat. Yo, MTR, I just dropped my girlfriend, and now I'm moving to ATL to start a new career in tech. I owe it to your teaching, big bro. Shout out, my bro. I will say, the past couple of months of me dealing with my situation with the loss of my father, there's been a couple of times where I really thought about never coming back to the channel, right? But when I go out and I meet brothers in real life that walk up to me and just shake my hand and just say thank you, it promotes me to continue on coming back. When I see messages like this, in my DMs, when I see messages like this in my email, it continues to promote me to come back. So thank you so much for saying that, my G. For those that ain't in here right now, in case you didn't know, I'm actually in Atlanta now. And whew, I love this place. There's so often I look up on the goddamn, on the YouTube channel, and there's motherfuckers complaining about Atlanta. I'm like, why? Why? How you complaining about this metropolis of ass? How? I goddamn love this place. I'm a kid in a candy store. And understand me. But I guess it's mostly like that because, I've built up a degree of utility. So, I get love at the end of the day. But shout out, my G. I'd be interested to know. Send me an email what part of tech that you're going to be going into. I'd love to give you a word or two of, from my experience, because I was in technology before I started this whole YouTube shit. Okay? But shout out, my brother. I wholeheartedly appreciate that. Shout out to Montre Gibson with the $10 super chat. Just wanted to say what's up, MTR. Love your content. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love, Montre. All right, so guys, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'm a bladder about to pop, and then I'm gonna try to figure out how to get Melanie up on here, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, hold on. All right, we going to figure this out. Hold on, let me try to see how to do this. Hey, can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. Oh shit, my camera just went black and white. Yeah, I can't hear you. No, I can't. Go on the
You hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Wait, say something again?
Hello?
Okay, guys out into the chat. Can y'all hear Melanie? See, put a 1 if you guys can hear Melanie. I'm gonna bring you up on the screen. Hold on, give me a second. All right, let me just see how to do this. Okay.
I'm trying to see
yes.
on my end.
They can absolutely hear you. So while I try to bring you up on screen right now, Melanie, do you have any thoughts, Miss King?
Well, since you told me about it this morning,
yeah,
I did a video. I finally did a video. You finally got me to do one.
You've been off for like, how long has it been now?
It's been 3 months.
It's been like 3 months. What you been doing?
You know what I've been doing, chilling. Staying away from the BS. And then you just had to tell me about Brittany Renner. And then I saw about her broken down, busted open, torn vag. And I just, yeah, I just got out the sick bed and I said, you know what? This is it. This is what pulls me out. So thank you, Brittany. She actually motivated me.
Listen,
I appreciate her.
Yo, absolutely. She's motivated me to do a live stream. I haven't live streaming as long as you haven't done a pre-recorded video. So I absolutely get it. I absolutely understand.
But you know, your footage is like a purpley color. You see it?
I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out how to bring you up on the screen. I care less about, okay, let me see. Display capture. Also, too, there's a little bit of feedback, I think.
Are y'all hearing feedback from me?
Maybe it's just me that hears the feedback. Let me see. Source, display capture. Sorry, I'm trying to, they can't see you right now, just FYI. Sources. Video capture device, stream label, media file.
While you're trying to figure it out, I can talk about it though.
Okay, go ahead, go off.
While you try to work on it. So, what you don't want to play it and we just talk about it as it goes, because I don't even remember all the BS. But
all right, you want me to play it right here?
Yeah.
All right.
Because there are things that I notice as a woman. She is an absolute demon. First of all, I understand she may have mental things going on. We all do. But she describes talking about her child like as it's all about her and how she talked about her vagina being torn open. I honestly think we need to do a count. She kept asking, she wanted them to acknowledge her torn open vag when it was about her child and how it was such a struggle for her. And it's all about her. No one asked her, no one cares. And she was so angry because none of the men in there wanted to, really feel sorry for her because she decided to lay down with a man and have a money baby. Oh, is that me?
Yeah. Here we go. I got you.
Does it matter?
We got you. Oh, that's why I think mine is black and white, because it's showing me, I think it's using my Discord for my camera. Anyway, fuck it. Yo, what do you think? Like, right, imagine being a young kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your mama, when asked the question about the birth of you, talks nothing but negatively about the birth of you, to the extent of talking through the insides of her that he slid out of. Like what the fuck?
Like all my aunts, all my friends are mothers. None of us talk like this when we talk about a child. We may say, "Oh, girl, that was a rough." When I had her, I had C-section, blah blah blah. But we don't make it into. It's like a quick side note, And you're not discussing it with men. Think how base your mind has to be as a woman on a public platform when this is not a medical thing or girl talk. But she's so disgusting. She's willing to talk about her torn up vag, her torn up walls because she gave birth, which millions of women do. Millions of women have gone through this, and it's like she wants a trophy. Because this is the thing, she's okay with her walls being torn up if it's men. That's what I think she's upset about. Like, it messed up the elasticity of her vaginal walls because it was torn. And so it isn't the prize that she's always tried to make it be. And so she's upset. And she keeps talking about the baby. How old is her child? He has to be like 2, right?
Probably 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Nobody is talking like this. 2. She's talking about like he's still a newborn. You would think she gave birth last week. And she's still recovering, so it's high on her mind. But she's just, I don't know. No.
What do you think? What do you think is like wrong with her? Right? Like, do you think that was so much of like an alcohol-induced binge, and she let the alcohol get a hold of her? Do you think that she has some like type of DSM-5 diagnosable psychological issue? Right? Like, what from your perspective, right? Do you think is wrong with her?
Well, I pinned a comment on, somebody wrote, I'll say this and I'll read that comment maybe later, but he was spot on about, because he says his sister acts the same way when she's drunk. She's a functional drunk. So I think, and I said this before, my first video, you guys may not know, on YouTube was Kevin's, that I reacted to was Kevin when he interviewed Brittany Renner. And I talked about her being narcissistic and just the things she's saying and and I know that's a buzzword and people throw that around, but I actually study this for a living. So how the conversation was not about her child. Everything about her child is how it's affected her, what it's done to her. It's about she gave birth and how it made her feel and how it tore up her body. Nothing about like, oh, I just love that little boy. Things didn't work out for us, but it is just, he's such a blessing to my life. The joy I see in his face, seeing him grow. That's how women talk. We're not re-traumatizing ourselves with the birth story. Like, it's just, so everything, if you notice, points to her. And when you don't acknowledge what she's saying, that's when you see the BPD, the borderline rage come out.
Yo, that's
where
so
she
true.
Starts throwing things.
It's so true, but remember how the conversation started. They asked her about PJ. They asked her about PJ, which she knows. She was probably one of the first people to know that he's getting a $50 million deal over 3 years. So they asked about PJ. Within about 15 words, somehow she transitioned to her blown out vagina. Somehow, how do you get there? So to me, this is a child screaming in a room, searching for the spotlight. And when they're all just like, I don't know what the second degree tear shit is, she loses her goddamn mind. Also, too, when Charleston said something about Elisa was a natural birth, did you see that horror scream that she elicited? You may not have seen this because the footage that I'm playing right now.
Oh, you went into that? Because they said they were putting it on OnlyFans. Is this like the secret footage?
They said they put it on OnlyFans. Wait, hold up. It was like around here. It was like around here. Like, watch this.
Listen,
She did.
Listen, I'm not acting crazy. At the end of the day, I'm sitting here.
It's cool.
Listen.
All right, put that back real quick so we don't.
I'm about to put shit back. At the
We
end
don't
of
want
the
to
day,
break the cat, or the dog, or whatever it is.
at the end of the day,
Hold on, let me get you right real quick.
yeah, everybody's sitting over here. Look at Charleston. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I can't find the shit. but nevertheless, the point is that we see this like deranged behavior when it comes to what I think it is like there's also an inbred hate for men because whatever she's gone through within her life, the trauma that she has experienced, maybe, the therapy that she said that she has received has not been enough. She hasn't worked enough on her demons, or maybe she has some type of mental incapability of whatever to get up over it, or just maybe she's just a modern woman being unaccountable as shit. But that inbred hatred for men, when men speak about women's shit, they often act like that. And I've had that happen to me in person. And what I said on stream is that when I talk about Kevin Samuels, when I mention something about Andrew Tate, that fire gets into some of these modern women's eyes as if it is not our business to talk about anything women related. When he said something that wasn't even disrespectful, it wasn't even disrespectful. He didn't cuss. He said at least it was a natural birth, which is a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. But the hatred that enveloped her eyes within that, and then that banshee shriek was a sight to behold.
You know, she was screaming honestly throughout this entire thing. And again, them not acknowledging her torn up vag was the thing that really set her off. And think about all roads lead to her vag, her walls, her beatbox. And no matter what she does, because her default, when you've been living for the streets, the only way she's known how to attract attention is through her vag, is through her walls. And so now that men don't really want her like that, now it's a sob story about how now it's torn up. It's just, I know people want to say, well, maybe she's just drunk. Maybe she's just this, that, and the other. But to me, the level of violence that she had when these men, this is the thing, these men weren't even checking her. They weren't being disrespectful. They tried to keep it even. And how she couldn't get them. A lot of guys, people say, well, they didn't check her, right? And they'll say, oh, that's weak. They should have checked her. And I know that could be one way to see it. But the other way I see it is that they would not engage her at all with what she was doing. So she had to keep going up. To get more attention. Any guys, if you've been in a relationship with a woman like this, when you're trying, like she gets upset, you don't react the way she wants you to, or you don't get in your emotions like that. She keeps going up. She keeps leveling up and acting out in ways to the point where I have no doubt she has put hands on several men, and that she throws tantrums wherever she goes. But it's pretty privileged. And men will probably let her get away with this because of what she looks like, or because they want to hit.
What do you think PJ should do in this situation? Do you think he takes action? Because one thing that I also said is that, he could show this to a judge, right? In order, and it doesn't mean like you got to be damn near on drugs as a mother to get the child to exchange hands from a custody perspective. Right? But seeing behaviors like this and knowing that she's raising a young boy and knowing that she's going to raise the exact same type of young man and instill the personality traits or characteristics from the lack of relationship that she feels like she owes. When you see something like this from a father of PJ Washington, do you do anything to change the child's current position?
He absolutely, well, first of all, if he decided to take her to court, well, it's several things. The family law courts are very dystopian in terms of she can act like this unless the child was there and physically harmed. She could do just about anything, act crazy, unless she breaks the law or the child is in harm. There will be no modification. Now, the good thing for PJ is his coin is way up and way higher than hers. And so if he chose to, he could go to court and just keep her in court, over and over for every single thing that she does, to the point where it starts to add up. The money, she won't have the money to pay for this if he gets top lawyers and he's constantly doing those things. But he has to demonstrate that he is a more present parent and that he is what's best for the child. So she can act this way, say in her professional life, that look, she could say this, it was just an act. She was acting. So I know it's easy for us to say, oh, we can clearly see this is not a woman that you want raising a boy in any kind of way. Like this type of mother, she should not have primary custody, nor should she have a strong influence in his upbringing. She needs visitation. Because imagine she's upset with her child. What's she going to do to him? Because he's not going to stay a toddler forever. As he grows up, he is a boy. And that man hating, this over the top dramatics, this is not a healthy, if this is the way she reacts, that is not a healthy environment for a child. But unfortunately, the court system And like you said, she has to actually do something to the child. And they say it's for the best interest, but it's really not. It's really not. Now,
I checked my comment section, and I have my own thoughts of this as well. I checked my comment section before. You said you just dropped your video, right? Mm-hmm. I checked my comment section before I got up here just to see kind of the sentiments. Within the first hour, it was like 1,000 comments or something crazy like that. Mm-hmm. What do you say to all of the women? Like, I should have went through and actually found a comment. What do you say to all of the women that are down in my comment section and will be in your comment section that say, y'all don't know what she's going through. How dare you speak so ill of her behavior? What do you say? Right, like, because one of the things, and Kevin is one of those that kind of pushed this idea into the forefront, is that the accountability of the modern woman today is like kryptonite to them. And I see so often this deploying of a sister code to protect those that do not deserve protecting. She, if anything, needs help. Like, I feel sad for her. Like, this whole video was actually sad. It's actually incredibly sad because we're watching the downward spiral of someone who, and I was talking about this months ago when I was doing videos on her. Like, this is bound to happen. She's a ticking time bomb. But what do you say to the audience of women that simply just say, well, this is postpartum, like, it should be excused because of alcohol? Like, what do you say to all of those women, if anything?
I want those women to reverse the gender roles on that podcast. Pretend that those are all women in there, and that is a PJ Washington that was in there doing exactly what Brittany Renner did, throwing stuff at women, cussing them out, pulling a woman onto his lap to twerk on him, or putting his junk in her face. What would you say about that? Would you say, oh, you know what? He's just going through depression and we need to help him, and it's not fair. Men go through a lot, and being a single father, and he's got pressure of the NBA. See, we will not excuse it. Not real women do not excuse this. The women I rock with, women I roll with, would not excuse that. This is like this type of behavior. This is a lesson for my daughters. And it's funny. I talk to them all the time. Like, they're here. I talk to them all the time. I talk to them about behaviors that their friends have, things that they witness, and they're able to point these things out, bad behavior, because from what I'm seeing today, especially in the younger generation, and my daughters are in 6th and 7th grade, and they're in a private Christian school, but they will still be exposed to different things. And I try to teach them, listen, you see it this way as a girl. All the girls in this generation, especially this diet of TikTok and fourth wave feminism that is very toxic, and everything is excused. On top of that, not only because they're women, but because this mental health thing. But the only excuses that are given are for women. And the only people who see it that way are women. But as you grow up, girls, I tell them, I say, men have a completely different lens from what we have. And if you don't start to take that into account, as you get older, you're going to find yourself in a position like a Brittany Renner, not for the street, because I will be damned if my daughters are for the street, but meaning you will be part of this sisterhood, this toxicity, and wonder why men are, not wanting to be with you, or you're not going to really understand. I don't know if I'm explaining. Y'all, I'm sick, and I'm also
no. I'm
on Mucinex daytime.
Oh no! So you high right now? You better not start getting crazy like Brittany Renner. You know what I'm saying? You better not.
The reason why I do my channel is not for older women. It's this younger generation. There's no one to combat against this. And when you talked about earlier, you talked about Andrew Tate, like when you meet women, and you and I have talked about this. And I'll even tell you, mention Kevin, mention Andrew Tate, and see their reaction.
Facts.
Before you take a woman seriously. And I talk to my daughters. My daughter's the first one to tell me about Andrew Tate, talk about Kevin, and I show them these lessons so that they can learn it. But And we have an opportunity to help young women to see these Instagram models or these people where this is where you end up. You end up like Brittany Renner. You end up like a girl on OnlyFans. You can't get a man. You got plenty of men who want to sleep with you, but when the clock runs out and now you're a single mother with a torn up vag, where do you go? I don't know. So I'm for me, this was very triggering because so many women look up to a girl like her and idolize her. And I'm like, for what? How is she winning? Why are you giving her excuses that you wouldn't give a man? But to deprogram today's modern society and women into it today, it's no hope. It's no hope, in my opinion.
Yeah, she hit the wall at 304 miles per hour. And, having a book released speaking about her past inappropriate behavior with people that she was not in relationships with, to have all of the information regarding her and PJ Washington, to have now new news on there that she had her 2nd degree snipped in her coochie area, which was news that we honestly did not need to know. But now we know. All of these things is just like, well, damn, Brittany, you was like a 9, 10 years ago, right? Now you're a solid 3 because of the choices and decisions that you have now made. So the thing is like, I do this content for men so that men can be able to understand how to more formally make better decisions going into the future, no matter if you're in the West or even not in the West. Shit, my uncle just told me a story about one of his boys that went out to the Dominican Republic and ended up wifing up one of the goddamn whores down there, brought her back to America, and got exactly the type of outcome with this young woman that you would expect. End up taking half of his shit 10 years later, right? So even those that are going abroad are getting done dirty. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, I do it for men, but then at the same time too, I know that there's some women that are down up in there that are taking a look at their results in life and they're saying, shit, me following a Brittany Renner, it looks as though this is not going to be value add from a relationship perspective. And I know what's going to make me happy within life. And that's to be able to help a man, meet, support, inspire into the future. Right. So it's just crazy to me that she still gets so many eyes. And it's also crazy to me to think that after all of this, she won't be apologizing. She won't be saying, I'm sorry. Right?
Because
there's no accountability. There's none at all. And in fact, there's going to be a slew of blue check marks down up into her comment section that won't be holding her accountable either, which also then speaks to this kind of engine that supports people irrespective of them having good behavior, because being associated with them is going to increase their own profits as well. It's a sick industry. It's a sick world that's really driven by dollars at the end of the day. But here we are talking about it.
Would you, let me ask you something. As a man, as a high value man, and Brittany is a good looking woman. And
are you about to ask me would I take her seriously?
No.
Okay.
What does it make you? Let's just say you're a man, you don't know anything about this, you're a high value man, and you see Brittany Renner and you hear her talk about her torn up vag and you see her act like that, where she's like, let's be honest, she was violent. She's violent. It's one thing if she's a little crazy and wild and having a good time. That's one thing. But she's like cursing these men out and doing all of that. Would you still potentially like date her?
Hell no.
Would you still smash?
Hell no. I don't even want a chick like that. No.
You wouldn't smash.
No. I don't even want a chick around. I didn't want to sit next to the bar next to her. The only way I'd sit next to her is on a podcast for content. That's it. Besides that, I talk specifically to the G's on my channel. If you're around abyss level thinking people, and this goes for other men too. Right? It's not just women. If you're around abyss level thinking people, they will bring you down into the abyss. If you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Listen, it's okay for like entertainment perspective, if you go out and you find chicks, you do this like for a little bit of time. But if you're doing that, you're prioritizing that before you get your life together, before you prioritize your utility within the world, then you're wasting your goddamn time. Shit, I just talked about me being in Atlanta now. I go up on YouTube and I see all of these videos of dudes complaining about Atlanta. I don't know what they see, but it's because I worked so hard in my goddamn 20s to be successful into my 30s and beyond. So all of the bullshit that they see, I don't see none of that shit. But I'm in rooms with different people. I'm in rooms with different types of women. I go to different types of establishments because I worked goddamn hard. There was a brother just super chatted not too long ago, said he's moving down to Atlanta. He just dumped his girlfriend and he's starting a degree in technology. Shout out to you, my G. Keep pursuing, keep working forward, because I'm telling you, there's a light at the end of the goddamn tunnel where you don't even have to look at these chicks in the goddamn face. Now, will some of them slither and snake their way into the circles from time to time? Yes. Don't believe they goddamn words. Believe they actions. Melanie, how are you?
All right. I listen to, but no, it is true because him and I, we talk about different things. I get on him about how Atlanta's trash. Yeah, I used to live in Atlanta. Okay. I talk about Atlanta all the time.
She talks mad shit about it.
We talk mad-ish to each other. But I will say, one thing is though, for the average man, do you think your experience is the same as the average man in Atlanta?
No.
It's complete. So do you think the average man, if they want a woman that looks good like Brittany Renner, do they have to like put up with more?
Here's the thing.
Or they have to go down in terms of what they actually want in terms of looks? And because we know physical attraction, it's not what matters long term as far as wife, but men are visual creatures. They are drawn in by their eyes. They want to, and a woman who looks good like her can get away with a lot more than, a woman, an average looking woman.
No, in Atlanta, you can get someone at the same level as a Brittany Renner that looks like that. I'm not talking about per relationship. I'm talking about to go deep inside. Being an average earner in Atlanta. But that's because Atlanta, the ratios here are just far beyond anything I've ever seen in any place. And I've lived a bunch of different places. The ratio here is crazy. Oftentimes, I'll walk into an establishment and there's just tables of women. It's just tables of women. And I'm like.
But this is the issue, though. Their mindsets, because what did I tell you? What's the test? When you meet women, bring up Kevin Samuels. Don't even bring up Andrew Tate. Bring up Kevin Samuels.
That's my test.
And a woman can be, these women are baddies. And then what happens? What happens when you bring up Kevin Samuels for the most part?
They lose their goddamn mind. You don't know the amount of times that I've been sitting out of a bar. And first of all, when Kevin was alive, he was like, you need to come down to Atlanta. The content writes itself. He was absolutely correct. The amount of times, because see, what I go do, I'll just go sit at a bar somewhere by my lonesome. Right? Purposefully, right? And the amount of times I engage in a conversation with a young woman and I hear something of the effect of, I'm strong and independent. I make 6 figures. I have multiple kids, right? And they're like maybe a 5 to a 6 in the face, but are confidently positioning themselves as if they're high in the dating marketplace from like an economic perspective, from like themselves as a product on the dating marketplace, right? So I see that happening a lot down there, and I think like a lot of these women, it's like easy as long as you know how to speak to them. It's easy to just say a couple of things, and then they become interested, right? Like, but if you down up in here and you're still living at home, you don't have a car, means of transportation. And then also, just those things, like it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you. But because there's so many more eligible women here, you can find a place here as long as you surround yourself in the right community of people. But that's my test. I say Kevin's name. Shit, you know what I do? There's a picture of my phone. It's on favorites of me and Kevin. So as soon as they start talking shit, hold on, let me bring it up on the screen real quick. As soon as they start talking shit, I bring up the photo of me and Kevin. I say, hey, look, do you know who this is? Where's my here we go right here. Favorited.
But it tells you a lot about them, because I always say, I think it is, in Atlanta, you will find a lot of beautiful women, but that's y'all. You know what? I get the opposite. If I show guys the picture with or something with me and Kevin, it's all these praises, this is all this intrigue, it's all this whatever, and I get the opposite effect. But I say there's all these beautiful women, but what percentage do you think out of all the beautiful women, or how many do you think you meet that are actually a wife that you would consider?
1%.
How many times a year do you run across a woman like that?
Maybe once a year.
Once a year. Okay. So that's what I was saying. If it's difficult for you, a man who's a public figure, who's has high net worth, and y'all, he be hiding himself on here. You need to be showing them some of your boxing stuff. But your boy is a boxer. Your boy has been kicking butt everywhere, and so he's tall. How tall are you again? How tall are you again?
I'm 6'2".
He's 6'2". He's in shape.
Are you selling me up here? Ain't no women watching this shit. There's only like 5 of them that are watching this.
Yeah, but if they watch them, they probably try and get with you. So I'm trying to sell you, but I'm just saying. Let's get back to Brittany. But with Brittany, I just think
no. But I'm going to answer that question. I often think about that. Is that if I come across 1% a year, then being unknown. See, the thing is that it's going to raise depending upon your social circle, right? Like if you're in grad school or something like that, you might be more surrounded around women like that. But you're also, if you're in, all these schools are like woke, left-leaning, liberal bullshit. They might have come from getting a women's studies degree and they didn't want to go get a fucking MBA or something like that, right? Like, so there's going to be a lot of that as well. But like, if you come into a place like this and you don't know, like I still, like Atlanta to me feels like you have to know certain sects of people in order to understand, right, like what's happening in the community of the things that you would want to go to, right? Like, you won't find me at hood spots. I'm not going to go there because there's nothing there for me. But if you're expecting a certain type of a woman and that certain type of woman is not at a hood spot, then you're wasting your time. All you're doing there is just getting drunk for the night, right? And you're probably getting drunk with friends that you don't even fuck with like that, right? And I tell this to young brothers as well. If you find yourself constantly going out with people that are just drinking buddies, just understand that those are drinking buddies. And as soon as the drinking goes away, they won't be there anymore, right? But that's another point that's outside of all of this. But I think that, for a place like this, you have to surround yourself in what you see for yourself. And it can increase the odds, but still, it's 1%. If that. Shit, it might be 0.5. But yeah, your boy would be out here boxing a little bit.
But I think it's important for women to see, any women watching, like, it's one thing you want to turn up, have a good time. She could have been on there if she drunk. She maybe been fun and playful and having a good time, but she was violent and nasty and not just nasty. She was really disgusting. Talking about how her body is, torn up. Like there's nothing about her and it may get her attention and it may get people talking about her, and women will see that and they don't see consequences. This is the other thing. She won't have any consequences for this.
No.
They'll just see men saying things on the internet and just think, oh, they're hating and all of that. And they will continue to and think it's okay to behave like this and wonder why they're not getting different results. And it's a lesson for women out here who have, a good head on their shoulder and want better and don't want to end up like Brittany Renner. Like, use this as a lesson. But I think in mass, women are going to feel a lot of sympathy for her, say she's going through it and this, that, and the other. But I will tell you, and a lot of women, especially the ones I know, women that have been on my channel, women I meet, the discussions I have, they agree and align mostly with, you know, what Kevin's points are, what points that you have, and they will shame a woman like Brittany Renner. Their voices just aren't the loudest that are out there because they aren't ratchet and doing the most to get attention, because that's not their lane. But that's one reason why women need to stand up. More women need to make videos and talk about. That's why I came on, because this was an absolute disgrace. And what she did to this guy, what's his name? What's his name again?
Shannon the Cannon Briggs. Let's go, champ. Former heavyweight champion of the world.
And she actually was throwing something at him, and she's dumb.
If she's bucking
I think she thought he was a bodyguard. I think she thought he was a bodyguard. That's how stupid she is.
Right. But even if he wasn't heavyweight champion in the world, he's an imposing man. He's massive. But did you notice what she did? Is that at the point? So she's screaming at him, and then she says something to the effect, well, what are you going to do? I can't beat you. So it's just like, in her mind, she knows that she's doing shit that if she was a guy would have gotten hands put up on her. So it begs the question, why are you acting like that? Like, think about how backwards a society that we have.
Men allow her.
Because they won't have any consequences for it.
No, and men allow it. Men allow it because they want that box. They for the most part, that's what she's been able to get away with. She's been conditioned to do the most, and she still can get away with it because of her looks and all of that.
And
but
she still got away with it, which is why our content is so important, to be able to talk about these things from a behavioral perspective. But let me also touch on something real quick, because it reminded me of something that I think is important, is that you said that women that rock with the messages that we spread over here are often not the loudest in the room, and that's abundantly true. And I think from a content creator's perspective, it's very hard to be a feminine young woman and do content. It's very hard to be a feminine. Let me repeat that. It's very hard to maintain your femininity and do content like this. It's very, because this is not easy. You know, it's not easy. You have to constantly put yourself or expose yourself to types of content that in your real life you probably don't ever deal or mess with. Like, there's no Brittany Renners that are around me whatsoever. All of the women that are around me are sweet. They're nice. They're gorgeous. They're feminine, right? Like, that's what I surround myself with. So to constantly surround yourself as a feminine woman around content like this, it can have a lot more of a tax on women than as opposed to men who are more so ready for wartime-like environments. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any, do you agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I don't film as much anymore. It's not worth my peace. And a lot of times, doing content, it almost is like a Jerry Springer. Is so much craziness going on. And it's really hard to, when you are, and you think about, if you think about people who are exposed to things like this constantly on TikTok, they just, and they have, it's a constant diet of it. It's really hard for that not to seep into your mind, your spirit, your body. And it can, if you are a woman that wants, that's one reason I had to step away, because I don't know women like this. I don't surround myself with women like this, or even the women that, in all the videos that we see doing the most. And it's so negative and it's so nasty and it's so gross, but it's really, it's a necessary thing to do. Because if someone doesn't point it out, how do we make change? But that's why a lot of women don't do the content. Right. Why a lot of women aren't wanting to go into this way. There's a lot of reasons why, but nothing about this is uplifting or feels good. It's entertaining. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just it just pulls your energy down. Just even having to witness like something so gutter. It was the torn vag for me, which is okay. Like, women go through things in childbirth, but it was just like she was demanding respect because her walls got bust open. But they've been bust open, for 10 years plus. Her best friend is a Peace Star, Tiana Trump.
Tiana.
And I think that's the godmother of her son.
Oh, God. What a fantastic future that poor young boy has ahead of him. Jesus Christ.
The reason you don't see women in these spaces though, because it's so women who are wise, women with the head on the shoulder, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're watching hair stuff and cooking videos and, you know, or on their business stuff or they're with their families. Like it's you know, it's like the shade room time. It's just toxic.
It's big toxic. And I often, that's also why I've been taking a break as well, because like, I think having to deal with all of this at this particular time of my life, it's been a lot, you know what I mean? So I've been focusing more on balance and as well as enjoying the city that I am now a part of. Hey, Melanie, I gotta I gotta get out of here in a few. Let me just real quick, because I want to make sure I shout you out, but I want to say shout out to Mr. Luciano with the super chat. Ever since Beyonce came out with "Who Run the World" song, shit ain't been the same. Who run the world, girls? Yo, imagine they come out with "Who Run the World," boys. God.
That's why I want every woman, and this is the last thing I want to say. I have to say this, and I think this drives home everything for every woman. And I want any guy, any woman in here, if you're trying to explain something like this to somebody and they want to give excuses, just reverse the roles. Reverse Beyonce's song, "Who Runs the World." Reverse and pretend it's a man who is saying that, doing it, singing it, whatever it is, towards women. And I want you to tell me, do you feel the same? Will you have the same reaction? Do you have the same excuses? Do you think it's cute and funny that she's just been, you know, doing these things? And once you see it from that lens, it changes the entire conversation.
Yeah, I just did a video not too long ago on, what's her name? Halle Berry. And the video on Halle Berry, and guys on the channel, make sure that you go over and take a look at that video. There was an interview where she was having on a cast of like a whole bunch of other actors and stuff like that, and she talked about her role as a mother. And she's a mother to a son and a daughter. And she said on this live stream or what have you, that, and I'm paraphrasing, that one of her roles as a mother is to essentially suppress the positive male images or media that her son receives, because her son now thinks that he's like better than girls or better than, and I'm sitting here looking at this shit. I'm just like, where's that content?
Wait. Who said that? Halle Berry?
Halle goddamn Berry. Shit, I might bring it up on the screen real quick. It was really like
she suppresses positive things about men. She doesn't want her son exposed to that.
Let me bring it up right now, so I'm not completely and utterly butchering it, but I'm paraphrasing it. But I'm gonna play it up, and I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna get your reaction to it real quick, and then let me go handle some business. But let me your channel. Okay.
Dated. LaShawn Boyd, 1983 to 1984.
What?
Danny Wood.
Oh yeah. What this one?
1988. John Ronan, 1989 to 1991. Wesley Snipes, 1990. Eddie Murphy, 1991 to 1992. Christopher Williams, 1991 to 1992.
She got a long rap sheet. Okay, here it is right here.
Already, you made me think of how many conversations I've had with him, say, since he turned 5 years old, about the differences in boys and girls. And I see how he's taught to feel like he is superior at 5.
Pay very, very, very close attention.
Than girls are. And I'm having to painfully like break that down for him and really give him a new perspective and make him challenge those thoughts and ask him to identify where that comes from and if he believes that or not, and challenge what he's just sort of subconsciously getting from somewhere. But I can tell that because we're having the conversation, he is going to grow as a deep thinker on the subject. He's going to be determined not to just accept it, because I keep challenging him all the time. Well, why is that for girls? And why is that a girl's color? And why is that less than you? Or and it makes him stop. And he has to really start thinking about it at 7 years old. And so I know that's what I, as a mother, have to continue to do.
That's the effect of teaching all of these women that you are forever oppressed rather, that there's this patriarchy, that now she believes that her 7-year-old boy is being exposed to content that makes him feel as though he's better than. But wait, there's more. That's the 7-year-old. The personality character grown. She got the young boy in heels. Oh. All right, so let me pause it right there. Let me get... I know, right? I know.
Wait. Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
We can hear and see you abundantly.
Okay.
The future is female, Melanie King. This is what happens when you don't have a father in the household on occasion. The damn boys. No. The damn mom creates a girl out the boy and squelches any positive male confidence because she thinks that anything man related is toxic masculinity. This is the end of times.
We're a generation of they just want weak men. I think about my father. If my father has no sons, but if he didn't have that boy, my mother, he came home and saw his son, or she posted
with heels on.
His son with some high heels on.
Yeah.
See, and then you see how she's talking about, it wasn't like she considers it toxic that he's learning about things to build himself up as a boy, to have pride in himself. Mm-hmm. But she's like, no, that's toxic. You shouldn't have any pride in yourself as a boy. You need to focus on girls. Does she do the same for her daughter? Does she tell her daughter to focus on that? No, everything is.
But meanwhile,
why you show me that? You show me that?
But meanwhile, way more.
I wish I would.
I would argue way more young girls receive exactly what Halle Berry is talking about from instead of young boys. Beyonce, who run the world? Girls, right? Like, how long have we been listening to stuff like that? So it's just so odd to me. And then you see all these articles about the rise of the lonely man. Correlation?
Okay, I just saw some pop-up comment said her son is buck broken. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me.
Are you about to snort? There's no snorting on this stream.
I am not going to snort. I will mute this. He makes fun of my snorting, y'all. Oh my gosh.
And that's Halle.
What kind of trifling, demonic, this is just evil. It's like they just hate men. So therefore they hate their sons and they want to feminize them and turn them into girls.
Meanwhile, Halle is 3 marriages and 3 divorces out. And that was my point of the video, was to show, well, look how she treats her young boy. How is a man, right? How is a man supposed to deal with a woman? And she's grown up in this kind of equality, You come at it from a much more religious perspective, so you believe that the man is the leader of a household, so forth and so on, and that's what you want within your life. Well, a lot of these Holly weird women don't think that way, right? So as a man, what do you do? You have to divorce, you have to divorce. You have to get out of there.
But this is the thing. It doesn't even matter. She still is like this primary influence. Guys, if you don't know, all these women are sitting around calling men narcissists. They haven't studied it. They don't know about this, that, and the other. Do you know how that man or that boy develops different disorders, or children develop disorders? It's through the primary attachment through the mother. The mother's attachment is what creates that. This is, I want to go into Freud and all of that. So when the mother is influencing the child, because think about it, even if the father came in and was trying to correct him and make him into a man, what do you think she's doing? She's undoing everything that man will teach him. So then he grows up and the mother's soft and treats him this type of way. And he learns to hate his father and be mad at his father because he's grown up to hate himself as a boy. He's grown up to hate men. So, and then the mother's putting these toxic ideals in his mind. And this is Brittany Renner. This is Brittany Renner. This is Brittany Renner. And it's different levels to this stuff, but it's the same thing. And she has a son. The ones who have sons, it's really, really sad. It's really sad.
She the thing is that the trauma through her bullshit, she's creating the exact same young man that women will hate. But it's through what she feels as though a young boy should grow up like as a result of her failed relationships. And that's really the sad shit.
She better hope he don't get locked up. He wearing those heels and things like that. Listen. Listen.
That's a bad look.
We're just in a weak generation, honestly. Like kids in general are out of control. Like, you know, and it's just if you see even like the school videos and what kids are doing in school and to their teachers, there's no authority. No one has any respect, and they act like Brittany Renner. I mean, she is literally a child having a temper tantrum because people aren't acknowledging her. Think about a 5-year-old having a tantrum. I mean, my children would never do that because I don't allow it, but no one's ever checked her. Just like Halle Berry's son, no one's checking. She's probably too busy, you know, getting ready with Monsters Ball and doing her sex scenes and making sure, you know,
she got an Oscar for.
Right. She got an Oscar. She got an Oscar for getting drilled by a guy that was a racist, Billy Bob Thornton. It was supposed to be I mean, it's just so demented, the things they celebrate. They'll celebrate something like that, but a boy having pride in himself as a man and learning, because we are biologically different, mentally, physically, we are different. And boys have to have certain lessons. They have certain things that are not the same as girls. But because of all of this, they will take pride in showing being a whore, being wasn't she like a prostitute or something in that movie? Something about that. They will celebrate these types of things, all this sexuality. Then they turn around and say, don't objectify me. Men should learn not to see the women this way. But yet I go to the gram and your cheeks are spread open. You're doing sex scenes. You're talking about your vag being broken down from giving birth. Like, it's such a dichotomy of we can't choose what we want. We don't want men to be men. We don't want them to be men. We want them to be men in the lens of how we want them to be. We want men to be these perfect beings the way women want them shaped. And so that's why they're turning their young men, their boys, into the type of man that they've always wanted. And it becomes like a son husband. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on right now. So
make me feel good. That's what they say now in the chat. That's the Monsters Ball shit. That shit. That was softcore porn back in the early 2000s. Jesus, I think I was like.
Mad at me.
I think
they
I
get
was like
mad
12.
at me and all that. Wait, what?
I think I was like 12, watching Holly getting torn back, just rearranged and severed. Don't act like you didn't see that scene in Monsters Ball. I've never
seen Monsters Ball.
You've never seen it?
I never saw Monsters Ball. I never saw. I know about the scene though. I know about the scene.
I'm gonna send you a clip of the scene. Just
please do not send me that clip. I'm good. I'm good. No, I do not want to see. I just
no. Yeah, you gotta get caught up to media. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you. It's a part of pop culture that will always be there. Okay, you gotta see it. Okay. They're
gonna be wearing skirts and be like, what's his name, Jaden Smith or whatever that is going on. I don't know.
That's how it starts. That's why I don't bang with any of that woke Holly weird shit. No.
Ladies, do not do this to your son.
Make men great again.
Do not do this to your son. Yeah, make men great again, and particularly black men as well. The image of the black male has been denigrated in media and everywhere, and in social circles now, online, like everything is, anything a man does is toxic. And if men were to say that's wrong for him to wear high heels, he's a misogynist, he's wrong and all this. But let men, you don't want to listen to what men have to say, then you're going to get the results that you get. So, who can you, she's not going to turn around and blame her baby daddy or something if something goes wrong.
Thank you, Mel. You know, and the more that we keep on getting more Tyler Perrys dressing up in goddamn skirts and shit like that, as we go into the future, you know, until we can come along and actually say something about it. Mel, I gotta go. Okay,
Me too.
But thank you so much for coming up. Thank you so much for the conversation. For those that may not know her, do you want to shout out, you know, your channel or what you got
go
going
to
on?
my. It's well, you know, there's a couple things going on, but I haven't been on there in a while. Took a break because y'all toxic on the internet, and I ain't got time for it. And I need my peace, okay? But I'm back on. I posted a video today. I'm gonna do a part 2 for the Brittany Renner because I'm breaking down the different parts of what she did, and so yeah, go check me out, Melanie King.
Mel King in the building.
Oh, and I gotta fix dinners for these hungry kids over here. Okay, all right.
What you cooking?
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna do pot roast. You know, we've just hit fall. You know, make a nice little pot roast.
You should make the pot roast and then post it on your community chat, or I'll post it on mine. I want to see what
I need Maggie. I need Maggie so we can do some of our cooking stuff.
She can probably fuck up some pot roast. I ain't gonna hold you. She's a master pot roaster.
But I have one question. So when you get married? That's what the ladies want to know in the chat.
Bye, Mel. We had a disturbance in the call. I don't know what just happened. Anyway, shout out again to Melanie King. Oh, guys. Let me get the fuck up out of here. All right? She's going to be pissed. She's going to be pissed. That war mouth is going to come out and let me know that she didn't like that there was a disturbance in the Discord server, okay? It had nothing to do with me, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the super chat that came through. Shout out to Ivan Jr. When you look at Brittany, just imagine Extra-Log's baseball glove looking. You ain't shit, Ivan. All right? Technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. Okay? I don't know. All right? Something must have happened at the goddamn internet service provider. I don't know what happened, okay? Shout out to Michael Matroke in the building. Patreon gang in the building. Guys, patreon.com/MTNR. Come and support your boys. We make sure to keep the goddamn lights on. MTArmy.com if you guys want to go up to my website. And I think that's it, all right? Guys, it's been a pleasure coming back. You guys let me know in the comment section after the video if you guys want me to continue to do live streams. That was fun, though. You know, I should get more content creators to call me, and then we'll bring it up on stream and have a conversation about it just to make it a little bit more interesting for you guys, all right? But, guys, make sure to hit that like button on the way out. Support the content for the content creators that support you. Until next time, YouTube, peace.